Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. Looking first at the American League East, the Yankees cracked 16 hits on the day as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 8.
Tuesday night baseball on the show as you get a look there at Rogers Center here in Toronto. Tonight, the second of 4 to begin the week between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup. Cookie Cowboy will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance.
And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So a solo shot here to left center field. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate as the Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
Wow. He is.
Striding into the box, Cookie Cowboy, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Yeah, he's got great numbers right here. Hitting over 350 against righties where he just rakes.
And this is going to find the seam as it scoots through on the carpet for extra bases. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
Now the pitching coach is going to come in and have a word with him. Here in the third, this is probably just to try and clean out the negative and put a positive thought in his head. You know, something like, I've seen you work out of jams like this many times before. I know.
Cookie Cowboy strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Work it ahead.
Out in front of it, strike one. The 0-1 pitch.
Any way you can. Here we go.
Hit hard toward the right side.
Dig hard.
And this is going to be a fair ball as it'll head to the corner. And the run is in to score from second. Now a 5-0 lead. And he's safe.
Well, time for another old baseball cliche. It's a game of inches. And it was on this ball. Take a look at how close this is to the foul line. And this is not a fair ball by a whole lot, but I guarantee you he'll take it.
Cookie Cowboy will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Around third and being waved on home. And a wide throw as this one gets by him at the bag. And now they'll get the third out here, but it won't come until the run has already crossed the plate on the play, and the inning will draw to a close. A run on 2 hits for the Yankees. Heart of the order, 3-4. Striding in and working on a terrific performance in this one, Cookie Cowboy. And we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here.
One time.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Running hard, he's digging for second. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
Now batting.
Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5. Well, the bats were certainly working in this one, but out of everybody, I'd say this man most deserves to be our top player of the game.
Yeah, it seemed like everything he touched turned to gold. He winds up with 5 hits in the game. Without question, a standout performance.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top, 8-2. Good night from Toronto.
The Blue Jays, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. The winning pitcher is Henderson Alvarez. His record is now 15-1.
Back live now on the MLB pregame show, just a few minutes away from Game 3 of the series. And while the final preparations are being made, we give you the Topps player spotlight. Cookie Cowboy will be our subject as he comes off one of his better showings of the year. His last contest, an impressive 5-hit performance, and really led the charge offensively for this ball club.
Yeah, and let me tell you, getting 5 hits in a ball game is really tough to do. I mean, sometimes you don't even get 5 at-bats, and we all know that getting a base hit is one of the toughest things to do in sports. Going into this one, I'll bet he'll be trying to emulate everything he was doing and thinking about up there because it obviously worked, and I'm sure the team.
Downtown Toronto and the Rogers Center, the home of this edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight it's Game 3 of this 4-game set between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. Major League Baseball on the Show starts now. With that, here's a look at the Yankees' starting lineup. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He's been on an absolute tear lately, hitting over 500 in his last 10 ball games. The baseball must look like a beach ball to him right now.
Cookie Cowboy. We'll see if he can keep the magic wand going. He was 5 for 5 in the ball game last night.
Well, you look at the average on the season, guys, and he's not sneaking up on anybody. Pretty amazing numbers for him right there. So yesterday's performance, obviously no fluke. And even if this doesn't lead to a run, it's important not to let this guy get out there and skate through the first inning, throwing as few pitches as he has. If nothing else, maybe.
Stepping in, Cookie Cowboy. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
Well, he's batting lefty right now, but does it matter? He can hit from either side of the plate.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases.
Make the turn. Look, pick it up.
And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning. And he will make it back in there. He's safe at third. Cookie Cowboy heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Ranging back is Pilar, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night. So a ringing double here to kick off inning number 5. Cookie Cowboy is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
Ouch, that comebacker appeared to get him in the arm. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. And this has to be a big concern here. This ball came back and got him right in the pitching arm. And that is something you just never want to see. You can see him trying to work this one off, and from all appearances, I think they're going to let him continue, so that at least is a good sign. Standing in a perfect 4 for 4 so far, Cookie Cowboy, and we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard back up the middle, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
Boy, I'll tell you, these are the scary ones for a pitcher. This is going to give you a pretty good angle right here because this ball is hit so hard, and it's just about right at him. I mean, there's no time to do anything out there.
And as we wrap things up here, what do you say we name this guy right here as the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award?
Yeah, seemed like everything he touched turned to gold. He winds up with 5 hits in the game. Without question, a standout performance.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top 8-5. Good night from Toronto.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees. 4 runs on...
Matt Vasgersian. We are in downtown Toronto at Rogers Center, getting you set for this edition of baseball. Cookie Cowboy. We'll see if he can keep the magic wand going. He was 5 for 5 in the ballgame last night.
Yeah, and I don't think that should surprise anybody because when you look at his last 10 games, he's been hitting over 500, so he's just adding to those numbers.
Boy, these fans will be happy to see this guy leave town, that's for sure. He has absolutely eaten him up here in this series. He delivers again.
Cookie Cowboy strides in after getting a base hit and later scoring the first time around.
Cowboy.
Lock sets. First pitch on the way. Hit hard up the middle, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Now the pitching coach is going to come in and have a word with him. And in the second...
Cookie Cowboy will get a shot here with 2 away and a runner at first now following the base hit.
That 2-out single seemed harmless enough, but anytime you extend the inning to allow this guy to get a shot with a runner on, you better be careful.
Here you go, find the ball, find the ball.
Oh, and he ignores the third base coach and heads for home. Is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down.
Oh!
Cookie Cowboy is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
And he's already been on base 3 times in this ballgame, so let's see if he can do it one more time.
And that's a base hit, so a little first pitch swinging there as he's on to kick off the inning. Striding in and working on a terrific performance in this one, Cookie Cowboy, and we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here. Oh, now here's a drive out to the alley. Around third and being waved on home.
Take a turn.
And the runner from second is in to score. The tag, and he is out. He's forced it.